Welcome to True Crime Sleep Stories, where we delve into the shadows of real events, weaving tales that chill the spine while lulling you toward slumber. Tonight, we explore the hidden horrors of a man who appeared to live the perfect suburban life. A devoted family man, a thriving entrepreneur, yet concealed unspeakable darkness on his sprawling estate in Indiana. Secrets buried deep in the ground, waiting decades to be unearthed. But before we immerse ourselves in this eerie narrative, a quick word from our sponsor. Welcome back to True Crime Sleep Stories. Now settle in under your covers, dim the lights, and let the soft glow of your nightlight flicker as the world outside fades away. Breathe deeply, feel the weight of the day lift from your shoulders, and allow my voice to guide you into a realm where the line between comfort and unease blurs. Because tonight I'm going to tell you a true crime bedtime story about a place called Fox Hollow Farm, where the whispers of the wind through the trees carry echoes of forgotten souls, and the ground itself holds tightly to its grim secrets. Picture a quiet suburb in Westfield, Indiana, just north of Indianapolis. It's the early 1990s, and the air is filled with the scent of fresh-cut grass and blooming lilacs. Families ride bikes along winding paths, children laugh in backyards, and life unfolds in that gentle, predictable rhythm of middle-class America. Amid this serenity stands an 18-acre estate known as Fox Hollow Farm, a grand property with a stately home, rolling woods, and a sparkling pool. It's the kind of place that seems plucked from a dream, a haven for a family seeking escape from the city's hustle. At the heart of this idyllic scene is Herbert Richard Baumeister, a man born on April 7, 1947, in Indianapolis. Herb, as he was known, grew up as the eldest of 4 siblings in a household headed by his father, a respected anesthesiologist, and his mother, a homemaker. From the outside, his childhood appeared unremarkable. Bike rides with friends, school days filled with lessons, and family dinners around a polished table. But beneath that veneer, subtle cracks began to form early on. As Herb entered his teenage years, those around him noticed peculiarities. He developed an unusual fascination with the macabre, often pondering things most kids his age wouldn't dream of. Whispers from classmates recalled how he'd muse about the taste of certain bodily fluids or find amusement in lifeless creatures found by the roadside. There were incidents at school, mysterious pranks involving desks, and odd behaviors that left teachers puzzled. Concerned, his father sought professional help, leading to evaluations that pointed toward deeper issues, signs of paranoid thinking and a detachment from social norms. Yet no ongoing treatment followed, and Herb carried on, his quirks tucked away like shadows in a sunlit room. After high school, Herb dipped his toes into higher education, enrolling at Indiana University for a brief stint before stepping away. He returned a couple of years later, but academia never quite held him. Instead, he drifted through various jobs, always showing a diligent work ethic, but marked by eccentricities that made colleagues raise an eyebrow. It was during his second attempt at college that he met Juliana Sater, a fellow student with a shared interest in politics and community. They married in November 1971, embarking on what seemed like a storybook union. 3 children soon followed, a son and 2 daughters, filling their home with the patter of small feet and the warmth of family life. But marriage brought its own quiet storms. Juliana later reflected on how their intimacy was sparse, almost absent, with Herb maintaining a veil of privacy even in their most personal moments. Just months after their wedding, his behavior grew erratic enough that his father intervened again, committing him to a psychiatric facility for a short period. Juliana described it gently. He was struggling, in need of support. Herb emerged, seemingly steadied, and threw himself into building a life. He worked at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, rising through the ranks with his reliable nature, but eventually left to pursue entrepreneurship. In 1988, drawing on a loan from his mother, Herb founded a chain of thrift stores called Save-A-Lot. The business flourished at first, with 2 locations in Indianapolis drawing in bargain hunters and turning a profit. The family prospered, and in 1991, despite some financial strains and a brief separation, they reconciled and purchased Fox Hollow Farm for $1 million. It was a sprawling paradise, manicured lawns, dense woods for exploration, and a pool area perfect for lazy summer afternoons. To neighbors, the Baumeisters were the epitome of success. A hard-working couple raising polite children in a beautiful home. Yet, as the sun set on those golden days, Herb's double life began to unfold in the dim lights of Indianapolis's nightlife. While Juliana managed the home and stores during his absences, Herb frequented bars in the city's gay district, places pulsing with music and anonymity. He adopted aliases like Brian Smart to blend into the crowd. It was here, investigators later believed, that he encountered young men, often in their 20s or 30s, many from marginalized backgrounds, seeking connection or a night out. Herb would charm them with conversation, perhaps offering a ride or an invitation back to his estate when his family was away on vacations. The estate's pool became a stage for horror. Amid the chlorine-scented water and the soft hum of night insects, Herb allegedly introduced games of breath play, erotic asphyxiation with hoses or ties, turning what might start as consensual into deadly traps. Victims were strangled, their lives extinguished in moments of betrayal. Afterward, in rituals that chilled even seasoned detectives, Herb is thought to have dismembered the bodies, sometimes burning or crushing bones to obscure evidence. The remains were scattered in the woods behind the house, buried shallowly or left to blend with the underbrush. To add an eerie layer, Herb positioned mannequins around the pool, lifeless figures with vacant stares, as if silent witnesses to his deeds. This pattern echoed an earlier series of killings attributed to the I-70 Strangler, a shadow that haunted the Midwest from the early 1980s. Bodies of young men and boys turned up along Interstate 70, stretching from Indiana into Ohio, discarded in ditches, streams, and rural spots, often partially clothed or nude, bearing marks of strangulation. The first known victim was a 15-year-old boy named Michael Sean Petrie, found naked in Hamilton County in June 1980. He'd been seen around gay bars, last spotted in a stranger's car. Then came Morris Allen Taylor, 22, discovered topless in a creek in July 1982, a vagrant who offered services in the bar scene. The list grew. 14-year-old Delvoyd Lee Baker in October 1982, semi-nude by a river, last seen climbing into a blue van driven by a man with a bushy mustache. Michael Andrew Riley, 22, vanished after leaving a nightclub in May 1983. his strangled body found in a Hancock County ditch. Eric Allen Rieger, 17, disappeared in May 1985, his shirtless form located in an Ohio stream, with rope burns and a mysterious mark on his shoulder. Michael Allen Glenn, 29, in August 1986, clad only in underwear, strangled in an Ohio ditch. James Boyd Robbins Jr., 21, naked in a Shelby County ditch in October 1987, with witnesses spotting suspicious vehicles nearby. The killings continued. Stephen Lynn Elliott, 26, in August 1989, underwear clad in Ohio. Clay Russell Boatman, 32, a nurse, vanished after visiting a gay bar in August 1990, found strangled in a ditch. Thomas Ray Clevenger Jr., 18, semi-nude by an abandoned Ohio railroad in September 1990. Otto Gary Becker, 42, in a Henry County ditch in August 1991, last seen in a car heading north. These victims shared patterns, met in gay bars within a small radius, strangled, dumped near highways. The murders halted around 1991, coinciding with Herb's purchase of Fox Hollow Farm, where he could dispose of bodies privately. Though never formally charged, authorities named Herb a prime suspect in 1999, linking the timelines and methods. At Fox Hollow, the toll mounted. Johnny Bayer, 20, vanished May 28, 1993. Jeffrey Allen Jones, 31, on July 6, 1993. Richard Douglas Hamilton Jr., 20, July 31, 1993. Alan Lee Livingston, 27, August 6, 1993. Daniel Thomas Halloran, around 21, sometime after March 1994. Stephen Sperlin Hale, 28, April 1st, 1994. Alan Wayne Broussard, 28, June 6th, 1994. Roger Allen Goodlett, 33, July 22nd, 1994. Michael Frederick Kieran, 45, March 31st, 1995. Manuel Resendez, 34, last seen at a gay bar on August 6th, 1993. The same night as Livingston. One more name lingered. Jerry Williams Comer, 34, disappeared August 8, 1995. His car found at a mall. Though his remains weren't on the farm, his profile matched, tying him posthumously to Herb. The facade cracked in 1994 when Herb's young son, playing in the woods, unearthed a skeleton. Herb dismissed it as a medical relic from his father's work, reburying it. Juliana accepted the explanation, but doubts simmered. By the mid-1990s, police from Marion County and Indianapolis investigated missing gay men, similar in build and age. A breakthrough came from Tony Harris, a pseudonym for Mark Goodyear in some accounts, who survived an encounter. In 1994, he met Brian Smart at a bar, went to Fox Hollow for what started as mutual play but turned violent. Choked with a pool hose, tie, and belt, he escaped, later spotting the man and noting his license plate, which traced to Herb. Police approached the Baumeisters in 1995, requesting a search. They refused. By June 1996, with the marriage crumbling and Juliana filing for divorce, she consented while Herb vacationed. The search revealed horrors: bone fragments in the woods, some charred, belonging to at least 11 men. 8 were identified initially. Herb fled to Canada, stopping at Pinery Provincial Park on Lake Huron. On July 3, 1996, he ended his life with a .357 Magnum, leaving a 3-page note on yellow paper. It lamented his failed marriage, business woes, and a spoiled park view, but mentioned no victims. His last meal, a peanut butter sandwich. The aftermath lingered like fog over the farm. Media descended. A&E's investigative reports in 1997, History's Perfect Crimes, True TV's The Investigators in 2008, Investigation Discoveries Behind Mansion Walls, Sci-Fi's Paranormal Witness in 2012, Ghost Adventures in 2014. Documentaries like The Haunting of Fox Hollow Farm explored ghostly rumors. Podcasts followed. Hulu's 2025 series, The Fox Hollow Murders, Playground of a Serial Killer, suggested an accomplice and profiled coroner Jeff Jellison's efforts. Oxygen's Unknown Serial Killers of America aired an episode in June 2025. Decades later, the farm yielded more secrets. In 2022, a new search with canine teams found additional bones and sites. By 2023, advanced DNA identified Alan Livingston. In 2024, Manuel Resendez and Jeffrey Jones followed. As of mid-2024, 9 victims were named publicly, with 4 more via new tech, totaling at least 25 suspected. Nearly 10,000 fragments remain, some unidentified, from the mid-1980s to mid-1990s. Jellison urged DNA submissions from families of missing men. In August 2024, a ceremony honored victims, laying 2 to rest. The investigation persists, a quiet vigil over Fox Hollow's haunted grounds. Whispers of survivors like Goodyear add layers. Claims of rituals, burnt hair scents, teeth scattered like candy. Yet no charges for others. The shadows hold their truths. As our story draws to a close, imagine the farm now, overgrown woods reclaiming the earth. The pool, silent under moonlight. Herb's secrets, once buried, now rise to give peace to the lost. Let this tale remind you, even in cozy suburbs, darkness can lurk. But for now, release the tension, let your eyelids grow heavy. Good night, dear listener, and may your dreams be gentle. True Crime Sleep Stories is hosted and created by Kelly Brink, produced with the support of our dedicated team. Subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platform to help us keep telling these haunting tales. Visit patreon.com/KellyBrink for exclusive content and to join our community. Thank you for listening, and we'll meet you in the shadows next time. Until then, stay safe out there and lock your doors. Good night.